I'm Paul. I'm from Newbridge in Kildare. My journey was a little bit unconventional, a lot of people would say. I worked in construction for about 10 years and I'm out the other side of it now basically. I work for the education provider for my apprenticeship, so the people that were basically providing my certification, I now work for them helping other people to get their certification. And when COVID came, I took advantage of it, you know. I got my money, I put it into a boot camp and said, look, at least if something like this happens again in future and you know I don't have sites to go to, I don't have any means of income, I can do something like web development was what the boot camp was actually in. I can do something that's going to allow me to have that income remotely. That then transitioned because during the boot camp a recruiter came in to basically a webinar that they were holding and explained to everybody about apprenticeships. And yeah, they kind of just opened everybody's eyes to the fact that there was actually ICT routes, that there was networking routes, that there was cybersecurity routes. I think everybody else in the webinar was as surprised as me to find that out. The apprenticeships are basically partly funded. You get like a small bit of money on top of, let's say, social welfare payment. So you'd get like a small increment in your first year and then that goes up in your second year. And obviously my apprenticeship now was only 2 years. So for the likes of a 4-year apprentice in doing like electrician work, they would get vastly more money than the normal ICT apprentice would. We were lucky in the sense that Google as an employer actually chose to pay us directly. So they paid us a wage that was way more than what the normal, like national apprentice wage is. The barriers that I want to see knocked down would be to make apprenticeships the obvious choice. To pay people enough that it's not just a little bit and you can get by on it, that you can actually live comfortably, that you're not stressing out every day and you can do your best in your exams, you can do your best in work, and you're not worried about the financial, you know, losses that you might have down the line from having to go down in wage. As regards my own class, there was a couple of people that actually dropped out. They were working for different companies, so the way that the classes worked was, you know, you might have 2 or 3 from one company in the class, 2 or 3 from another person from a different company, and we all trained together. So everyone was in a different financial situation. We weren't all getting, you know, paid directly from the company. Because of that, a few of them just had different life situations that came up and they just couldn't afford to continue on. And I know across the board in different classes as well, just from other learners that I've spoken to and connected with, that it's a fairly common occurrence. They have to give up their dream job now because they have to get money to pay rent or whatever else, you know.